Hello and welcome to the last Grown Up in the Woods. Today I'm going to do a shout out video and a quick channel announcement. And these 4 channels all have something in common, and that is that I wanted them to be a channel of the week. They were all on the original list that I made, but I did end up tending to focus on smaller channels, and so today is their time. It's time. So I'm going to start off with Love to Wander, formerly known as Wanderer of the Desert. So Mike loves to wander in the desert, if you can believe that, judging by both names. And he has a beard to match. So he's gone into Zion and Joshua Tree and Death Valley and all sorts of neat old historic mining sites and other historic sites, and just a whole bunch of natural desert areas. And I find this really interesting because I'm not a desert dweller. I grew up in the rainforest. The closest I've gotten to living in the desert is the caribou, and now I'm in a wet region again. And I love seeing these desert regions with lots of cool rock formations and just the vastness and the wildness and the desolation of it all. I love seeing those areas. Yeah. The next on the list is Explorer Hugh. Explores the area around the River Wye, which is in the UK, and he has an obvious passion and a very deep connection to this area, and it really reflects in his videos. So in this exploration you get to see the great scenery, you get to see some historic sites and learn some of the history of the area. But I really love Mark's channel for just when he sits down and contemplates things.
You know, when you move through the landscape, it just reminds you of the fact that constant flux exists in our life.
So his videos remind me just to slow down, connect to the place I live in, connect to nature, and just to be. Go take a look at his channel. Next on the list is So Steve, who is from Belgium. So if you're trying to get someone to subscribe to from every country, there you go. You've got Belgium covered. So Steve is primarily an outdoor channel with some bushcraft and some cooking and some of his overnighters and hikes. So some of the cool things he's done is he's made a Viking axe from old axe head. He has his pumpkin video. He cooks on a campfire pumpkin and fills it up with tasty food, and voila, he's got a delicious meal. I love that video. He also has a respect and appreciation for the wonderful dandelion, which I think is a very important trait in an outdoorsman. And he has me all set to make some dandelion jelly for next spring. Clearly, this is a man of many talents, but really, he just wants you to
Get out!
And the last one is Land Sea Air Canada. They do like a huge variety of videos, all set in British Columbia, and which is the best province, no bias or anything. So as you might have guessed, there's a lot of focus on planes, trains, and automobiles, and also boats. Lots of great footage of the Vancouver Harbor. But he also captures some of the wild areas of British Columbia, plus, you know, the life and the characters that you find in the city. He'll also do videos on some of the paranormal stuff around BC. He does investigations of Sasquatch sightings and UFO sightings, which even if you don't believe in, I find like they're really interesting videos. They'll also cover history, especially with a focus on BC's natural resources. So there really is, it's like a huge diversity of stuff, but all very BC focused. And like I said, I'm biased. I love BC. Okay, so some channel announcements. The first one that I want to say is that I replaced the question of the week with channel of the week, because I thought that I'd be doing shout out videos to kind of support the community, and that hasn't really happened. So instead of question of the week, I'm going to do a joke of the week, and much like my joke video before, link is up here, I'm going to be asking people to send in themselves reacting to a joke. Unfortunately, you have to react to a joke that I haven't come up with, because I'm going to try to make the jokes kind of match the video. But if you have a really great joke, you can also send me in a video of you telling the joke. But please, if you do that, make sure you run the joke by me first, just in case I've already used that joke. So I'm going to put my address below of the email that you can send that to, ideally using Google Drive, and there'll be more more details explaining it below, and those will be in every video from now on. And since I still don't have 25 entries for my Cairn box draw, if you send that footage in and I use it, then you will be entered into the Cairn box draw as well. So Cairn box is a monthly outdoor subscription box. Yeah, so look at the details below if you're interested in that. And I had another channel announcement. Do you remember what it was? I didn't write it down. Oh, yes. I have started a Facebook group for Northwest outdoor YouTubers. I know that in the East there's lots of people doing meetups, but I haven't really caught wind of much of that in the West. And of course that's Northwestern North America, not Asia or Europe. And you don't have to necessarily live in the West if you know you're going to be visiting, or you think that you'd make it to some meetup, then you can hop in too. My only requirement is that you need to have an active YouTube channel, which is going to be, I think, 1 video every 2 months. So the link to that Facebook group is below. I look forward to it. I hope it works out, and I hope that us Western YouTubers can make a few connections. And like I said, if you can still join if you're not from the West, you're still welcome. Okay, I think that's it. So long, and see you next week-ish.